Hello, how's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. A bit later than usual, only 3 minutes late, but let's allow it. But today, it's going down. And I'm not yelling Timber, I'm yelling Arteta out. Once again, on this stream, today, not the first, probably not the last time, but Arteta out, because I am sick and done with this. Because today I saw some very frightening stats in general, and I saw some other things I just want to discuss. I want to talk about, and I hope you are here to talk about this with me, because this will get peakums. This genuinely will get peakums, because for today on the cards, basically what we have, we're gonna look at Mikel Arteta's post-Fulham game match press conference. We're gonna look at we're gonna give some Arsenal player ratings, as weird and as bad as they may be. And at the end, we're gonna talk about some stuff that basically exposes Arsenal fully, because Arsenal against who did we just play? Against Fulham was total shambles, utter nonsense, and generally, Arteta is getting exposed more often than not. Let's be real, and the tactics, substitutions, everything is just not up to it. It's done. It's genuinely done. The title is over. We had the chance. We genuinely had a chance yesterday. With Liverpool not playing, with City drawing against Crystal Palace, we had a chance, and playing even before Chelsea, we had a legitimate chance to close the gap from to Liverpool and to pull away from Man City. But did Arsenal do that? Of course not. Of course they didn't. As always, when pressure mounts, when pressure basically starting to press on Arsenal, we fold. We fold, we ball, and we just are a laughing stock. Let's be real. Let's genuinely be honest ourselves. It has been like that last year, the year before, and even the year before when we finished 5th. It was the absolute same. So, if you're new around here, smash a thumbs up. Holy crap, bless me. Subscribe, hit that bell, like the thing, all that good stuff basically. And I must say, I don't know where we go from here, because the worst part about all of this, as much as I want Arteta out, as much as many other Arsenal fans want Arteta out, obviously the Arteta only fans, Arteta fanboys are way more, and on social media there are some very weird people, let's be real. I'm starting somehow to make amends. I'm starting to kind of prepare myself for the fact that no matter what happens this season, he's not going. Kroenkes are not gonna sack him. They just gave him 15 million, making him the second best paid manager in the world, by the way, for us to watch this crap we watch against Fulham. Let's be real, against United as well. And before that, and before that, and before that, and before that. And it is so far up to me, it's getting on my nerves, it's pissing me off to the maximum extent. It's not even funny anymore, let's be real. It feels like Arsenal are just a social experiment. Like at some point, someone will jump out and say you've been punked, or something like that. Arsenal just are in a social experiment, sometimes feels like that, to see how much pain we can endure as a fan base until we actually do something about it. But obviously we are not, because we just like Arsenal on the pitch and off the pitch, all bark but no bite. And that's what Arsenal fans are. Off the pitch, keyboard warriors. On the pitch, Arsenal are the same, and off the pitch there's just PR, money, and all that stuff. So there's nothing more, nothing less involving that. So let's be real, it's not that good of a look. But today what we're gonna kick things off is some news overall about Arsenal. We're gonna talk about Arsenal in general, obviously. So here we go. We're gonna kick things off with this. Arsenal's next 4 Premier League games before the end of calendar year, pretty much. Brentford, I think, is January 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we play Everton at home, we play Palace away, we play Ipswich at home, and Brentford away, I want to say. I don't remember where we played Brentford, but based on these performances this season, these last few games and everything, with no international break, us playing Champions League, Carabao Cup, and also soon to come FA Cup, playing 3 games a week, How many points do you actually believe Arsenal are going to mount from these 4 games? Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, straight after Carabao Cup, where we play Crystal Palace at the Emirates, by the way. Ipswich at home and Brentford away, if I'm not mistaken. How many points do you really think we're gonna mount, based on how we are playing? Because let's be real, if I had belief and trust in the team, I would say 12 out of 12. Let's be real. We would say that if Arsenal were flying, if Arsenal have proven themselves that they can do it. But the performances last year, the performances this year, and the last 2, is there any trust, belief, like will to say that we're gonna get 12 points out of 12? Is there any? Like, seriously, do you have this belief that Arsenal are gonna beat Everton, Palace, Ipswich and Brentford, given the form how they are playing and how they could look? We just saw Man City go to Palace, to Selhurst Park, and draw 2-2. We've seen Brentford play teams off the park, and that includes Manchester City. They go toe-to-toe with every single team in the league, no matter how big or small they are. And Everton, they can always, you can count against a tough game. Yes, Everton recently comes to Emirates and folds when we go to Goodison Park. Now, when we're going to play them at the new stadium, we'll see how that goes. But we always struggle there. And Ipswich at home. We're lucky it's at home, because let's be real, if we play this Ipswich away, we could get bopped easily. We genuinely could get bopped easily. Because I want to say we're going to win all 4 games. Do I have belief in Arsenal that we're going to win all 4 games? No, I don't. Let's be real. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have any belief or trust whatsoever. I would say we could get 7 out of 12. 7 out of 12. And even then, it won't be pretty. Genuinely. Even then, it won't be pretty. Dark Arts FC, big up Nathan by the way. Corners FC, Ball Jobs FC. Pretty much. All comes down to being Ball Jobs FC at the end of the day. Brentford will bop us. Genuinely, if we play like this, Brentford will play us off the park. I think also that game is at Brentford Stadium. We go to them. They are not coming to the Emirates. Which means it will be that much harder. Brentford at home are forced to reckon with, let's be honest. And the way they play even away, it's actually a very tough fixture for any other team. They're not afraid to attack, they're not afraid to press and do everything they need to do to win. Arsenal, on the other hand, are like scared little chickens. As soon as sirens get loud, they fade away, they run away, they run and hide. Watching Arsenal is like watching a scary movie. As soon as you get to a scary scene, you jump behind sofa, put your hands on your face, and watch the situations through your fingers. And when something dangerous happens, injury, card, free kick, corner, not to mention a goal, we instantly cover our eyes fully. No gaps between fingers, so we don't see what's happening. That's what pretty much Arsenal are at the moment. 800 million spent, but we have to play party as well. Exactly. Look at this goddamn starting 11 we had out. Look at this 11 we had out for the game. Havertz, Trossard, Saka, Odegaard, Jorginho, Rice, Timber, Kiwior, Saliba, Partey, Raya. Look at this starting 11. As soon as Timber finally gets rhythm there with Saka and Odegaard. Exactly. And it's also getting worse. It's not that easy as well. Partey, the best midfielder we've had this season. The best performances this season, you could argue, especially recently. And what you do? You play him as a right back. You play him as a right back. You buffoon. As a right back. Seriously. You have Timber, who actually is arguably Arsenal's best right back now. You play him as a left back. You push him out of his position. He sells in as a right back. He goes, he cooks there. And you don't play him. Zinchenko cannot play. Calafiori, god-awful, but still cannot play. And you still have 2 decent left backs in the team. You have Tierney, who you don't like because he cannot do your inverted crap. And you have Lewis Skelly, who is a youngster. Who you, by the way, let's not forget, Subbed on against Manchester City when we drew 2-2 at Etihad. Like, what's the excuse here not to start him in this game? What's the excuse to not playing him in these games? 150 million spent on left backs alone, and we result in playing Timber as a left back. Doesn't matter that we have upcoming star in Skelly, which I would get you don't play him if he hasn't kicked a ball in senior football, in Premier League anywhere, but he has. Even against Manchester City, by the way. We have Kieran Tierney, one of the Scotland's main players, plays left back / left centre back for Scotland. He can play centre back, he can play left back. Best left back defensively in the team by a mile. Going forward, he can cross, he can overlap, he has space and decent shot on him. What more do you freaking want? You want him to invert? How about you invert your own mind and realize that this is utter nonsense what you do? And let's be real, most of the teams have figured this out. Exposed. In the last 3 games, out of 9 possible points against freaking Fulham of all teams, you have managed to get 2 points. 2 points out of 9 in last 3 games against Fulham. It's bad enough that last year we drew to 10-man Fulham against at the Emirates, where we conceded the second goal from a corner kick nonetheless, when Paulinho scored, and then we go and lose to them. And those 2 games, pretty much not even both games, just one freaking game, lost us the title there. And let's not forget, the last time we drew against Fulham at the Emirates, you sat Gabriel on the bench, and we also played Partey as a right back. Let's not forget that. That was that big social experiment where you played Partey as a right back for multiple games. Gabriel was holding the bench for God knows what reason, by the way, because he wasn't injured. There were some rumors, like miles away, floating around that Saudi teams are interested in him. Does that mean he cannot play? Does that mean he cannot start? Does that mean he cannot put in performances? Or the interest actually was that big that you didn't want to risk him getting injured and you wanted to sell him? What is happening here? Like, give us some insight in this situation. We go 1 year around, whole damn circle, and again, Gabriel is injured, okay, different circumstances. Again, Partey as a right back. Why can't you play Timber as a right back, where he actually has solidified himself? Play Tierney as a left back. Will that do bad for you? Play Skelly as a left back, let him learn there. It's not like he's the worst left back in the team, by the way. And Skelly, in a way, actually is a midfielder. Arteta just sees him as a left back, hence he plays as a left back and inverts all the time. Like, what genuinely are we doing here? You could, in these games, against the last one against United, against Fulham, both games, no goals from open play, only set piece FC, no goals from open play. And you can see that Arteta hasn't learned whatsoever. Same substitutions, same tactics, same ideas, same movements, same management, and to top it all off, no new ideas. All of the same old, and freaking same old. And you can see how young and inexperienced he is, because he has played different formations as well. We insist in playing 4-3-3 in the beginning or 4-2-3-1, depends how you look at it. And that's it. In game, we shift around between 65 different formations. You don't think that screws up with players' minds? You don't think that messes up their timing, their momentum, their adjustments to the game all the time? It's good enough 3-4 formations, but not about between 10. And how about you play maybe 5 at the back, maybe 3 at the back? We have the tools to do so. You did that with a team you didn't freaking want, and you won the FA Cup. How did you proceed after that? You bin them all. Only players that have left are Tierney, who basically feels like he's being held captive against his will at Arsenal currently. Then there's Saka, who didn't even play in semi-finals or finals, and Martinelli, who didn't play in the finals because he was injured. Only 3 players that have left at Arsenal since the time we won FA Cup. Since then, 800 million nearly spent. You got the team you wanted. You Spanish paella, I don't know, siesta sleeping mother effer. And you have won nothing. Wasted money, wasted potential. Players are regressing, not progressing. And there is no player development on youngsters. How comes Martinelli is same at the position and style and discipline and everything where he was when you just came in? How come Saka yes, he has GA, but he doesn't do the same things he did just before you came in. Getting dribbling past 3-4 people, dropping the shoulder, banging it, everything. How comes nobody progresses under your team, under your management? Yet we got sold a dream. Arteta worked alone with Sterling, with Sane to make the players who they were. How comes you don't work with our wingers like that? How comes Martinelli still looks down on his feet when he runs with the ball? Hence why he was offside, by the way, when we scored the winning goal against Fulham. Because how can you see where the line is when you are looking at your feet all the time when you have the ball? That is on Martinelli, by the way. That's his positioning. His positional awareness is in the gutter. Like, what are we doing here? It's genuinely, insanely dumb, pathetic, and stupid. Like, seriously. Tierney, exactly. Tierney and Skelly were available. Why not play him? Why? Like, seriously, why not play him? Big up Marlon. Tomiyasu can never be fit. The world will end before Tom. Exactly. Of all the players we have signed and wasted money on, half of them are injury prone. Jesus, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu. Okay, Tierney wasn't his signing. We allow it. Who else is there? Who am I missing? This Party, right? Party as well. But one Party is on form. He's actually phenomenal. But he's too injury prone. And let's be real. Since Party, Zinchenko, Jesus, all those 3 have come into the club, they've actually been more injured than Kieran Tierney has been overall. So his injury-prone agenda also should be stopping, but it isn't. Oh boy. Timber is a right back, not... Exactly! Timber is a right back. Party is a number 6. What the hell are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing here? Tierney, I'd fit Reddy Skelly's... Exactly! Tierney easily could fit. Maybe change tactics, adjust tactics. Don't invert, maybe? Huh? How's about that for idea? Or you won FA Cup with playing 3 at the back / 5 at the back. We know that you can play different formations. But since we won the FA Cup, you played the same goddamn formation throughout the whole time. And that's about it. Why don't you never try anything new? Why you never do anything new? Timber's phenomenal at right back and Tierney is perfect left back. Bro can do everything as left. Exactly. Tierney is good. Yes, injury is a big worry. Okay, cool. Does that mean he cannot play? Does that mean he has to hold the bench? Does that mean he needs to be captive basically at Arsenal on the bench or wherever he wants to go? Why? If you want to invert so bad, invert with Timber. He technically can do that. He loves to carry the ball. We saw against United, and partially against Fulham as well, that Saliba had to play as a 6 to take the ball and carry it through the midfield at times, to even try and progress the ball forward. Like, what is that all about? Like, can we not adjust the roles? Can we do players not know what they want to do? Or the players are so sick of Mikel Arteta's tactics that they also want him out. They cannot express it themselves, but they just, something is not happening. Because all of our players, if you give them freedom, let them express themselves, it would be phenomenal. We saw that 2 years ago, 22-23 season. No restrictions, no system type of football, just attacking, free-flowing, movement, pass and move, attacking football. And it was working like a charm. We balled 8-point lead. Okay, cool. That happens. We can say that. Arteta inexperience. That was the excuse at the time, let's be real. But at the same time, how comes in span of 2 months you go from attacking to almost no attacking whatsoever? You start playing Partey as a right back. Gabriel starts to hold the bench. All of this stuff. Like, what is that even all about? Fulham only good when they play us. Well, let's be real. Fulham have been balling this season. Don't discredit Fulham. Genuinely don't discredit Fulham. The way Marco Silva has sold 2 of his best players in Palinha and what's his face, that striker, Mitrovic, has managed to replace them and still is balling. It's nothing more than exceptional. With limited budget as well, by the way. Partey at right back is cursed. If he plays there, just know we are cooked and we aren't playing. And the worst part is, Partey doesn't have the legs to overlap. If he loses the possession or someone loses the possession, he doesn't have the legs to get back. And let's be real, Partey last season got injured because he was playing right back. He got injured after that, straight up. Like, does he never learn? Like, seriously. As soon as Calafiori and Gabriel is injured, we draw. What's going on? Exactly. It's like, as soon as we lose, 1-2... The worst part with all of this is, as soon as we get an injury, Arteta panics. Like, he genuinely panics. Because as soon as Gabriel, Gabriel or Calafiori, all of a sudden, he starts to shift around the players. Timber has to go to left back, Partey has to go to right back, Jorginho comes in, and if Odegaard is injured, Trossard has to play 10, Merino has to play 10 and everything. What is this all about? If you have spent 200 plus million on defense alone, why you don't have decent backups for all the players you have in your team? We have good starting 11, let's be real. The backups though, those are genuinely West Ham level, Wolves, Brentford, Fulham, those type of team backups, substitutions, not Arsenal level, let's be real, not Arsenal level. Because if we just look at starting 11s, we can go toe to toe with many teams, almost every team. As soon as we have to make substitutions, quality drops off a cliff instantly. Like, this is just dumb. This is just unacceptable. The purple patch, exactly. Lasted 2-3 games and we are back down to earth. And arguably the worst thing that could have happened last season was Havertz going on a good goal scoring form in the second part of the season. Because that showed that Arteta can rely on Donkey Havertz as a main striker, and we don't need to sign one in summer. Like, seriously, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? No new tactics, no passing, cutting us, no new tactics. We play one way or set pieces. One or the two, that's about it. And that's how we get exposed all the time. If you shut down our on-pitch play, we have to rely on set pieces. If the opposing team doesn't do zonal marking as many teams do these days, but actually switch to man-to-man marking, basically, stick a man on each attacker and just run with them, goalkeeper comes out, defenders block the attackers out, goalkeeper easily catches the ball. We saw that against Donetsk Shakhtar. That was easily how they did that against us. We should have drawn against Donetsk Shakhtar. We did nothing in that game to deserve a draw or a win. Well, we didn't do anything to deserve a win. Lucky bounce from post that hits goalkeeper's back and trickles over the line. That's how we won against Donetsk Shakhtar. Besides that, we did nothing. We genuinely did nothing. And this has been dragging out throughout the whole season. It was just a matter of time until results would catch up to the performances. Like about a month and a half, 2 months ago, we looked at up-to-date table, right? And it showed that Arsenal were sitting at the time third or fourth in the table, but based on their performances, XG and all that stuff basically that I don't pay too much attention to, I look at it but I don't take it for granted, we should be ninth. And if you look back at the performances, how we got the wins certain ones, how we got certain draws, we actually should be ninth. Let's be real. We actually should be down there. It's just the fact that we got lucky to some extent to escape that situation. That's how it has happened basically. We are 3-4 points clear out of this 7th or 8th basically. One few results that actually would go against us instead of for us, and we are not in third anymore. Let's be real. The game against Villa is a prime example. World-class saves, the save from Raya on Watkins. Watkins misses empty net. That was still at 0-0. If he scores that, let's be real, they would shut up shop. Arsenal would struggle to break them down. 1-2 more counters with Bailey, Watkins, Rodgers and everyone. 2-3-0 and we lose that game. It was written there. It just somehow we got lucky that Watkins missed empty net in that game, for example. Raya's double save against Atalanta on penalty and then afterwards on Retegui. Phenomenal. Incredible double save, let's be real. But ultimately, we got that 99 out of 100 times. That's a goal. Either way you look at it. We just got lucky in that 1% for once. And that's about it. It's always been these small margins that Arteta talks about. He never talks about these small margins when we win the games. He talks about these small margins only when we lose the games. When we win the games, oh, we played better than them, team did well, and we deserve the win. When we lose, oh, it's about small margins, but the team was playing super well and we deserve the win. We deserved F all, let's be real. We didn't deserve anything from this game. Draw? Okay, I can agree to that. But win? No chance in hell. No chance in hell we deserve the win from that game. No tiki-taka, bro. Exactly. He's from Spain. He was a midfielder, by the way. Same as Edu. How comes these two could not find proper midfielders for the team? We are here with Jorginho, with Mikel Merino, with players like that. Like, what are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing here? They were midfielders. Some had better careers than others, let's be real. But they cannot scout proper players that we need in the team as well. Exactly, 3 or 5 at the back and we move. Frodinelli, dude, that guy, man, that guy. 4-2-3-1 with 2 cams and DMs. That's how Arteta plays. It's either 4-3-3, which switches throughout the game, or 4-2-3-1 with double pivot. Those are the two formations Arteta mostly uses. But obviously, first season he played 5 at the back, we won the FA Cup. Next season he was rotating between 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1. And as soon as he started to get his own players like Timba, Odegaard and players like that, we instantly switched to 4-3-3 and have never looked back. And now in the game we switched between 7 different formations that ruined the whole flow of Arsenal's attack and game in general. Arteta has made this game for Arsenal so systematic, pragmatic and robotic that it's doing us more harm than good. He's not giving us any freedom. He's not giving us any way to express ourselves. He's not giving players chance to express themselves. Because, let's be real, Arsene Wenger gave players freedom in the attack. We all saw that free-flowing Wenger-style football just to watch. But at the same time, he was disregarding defense at the same time, to some extent, let's be real. Maybe it was due to the fact that we don't have the best defenders like Bellerin we had, like Giroud, Sanderos, and all them, man, let's be real. But maybe not. And now you cannot help wondering that maybe if Wenger had this type of team with Saliba, with Gabriel, with Timber, with Saka, Odegaard, Trossard, Martinelli, players like that, you don't think he wouldn't know how to make this team tick? Because he gave the freedom to the attackers. And they could express themselves. It wasn't such a random thing that Giroud scores a scorpion kick goals. Alexis Sanchez just runs like a bee and a full-on engine throughout the whole, basically front three, just all across the pitch, messing the heads of defenders, mixing them all up. Arteta would never allow to do that. Never, because even in mid-game, he never opts to throw a mini curveball into the game with swapping left wing with right wing, putting Saka on the left, Martinelli on the right, for example. Arsenal is the only team that distinctly and exclusively attacks through one side, pretty much. I've never seen a number 10 being basically handcuffed to the right, to the one side more than Martin Odegaard is. Because in number 10, you should be able to free roam, move between left and right, maybe drop into the 8, carry ball into the 10, and then distribute it and everything. But Odegaard exclusively plays through the right. It's like he 95% of the time just ignores the left side. Yes, those are Arteta instructions as well. It's not also on the players alone. It's also solely on Arteta. And every team knows it. And Fulham have found a way to expose that and nullify that to maximum extent. We've seen it now for the second year in a row. It's actually embarrassing. And there is no adjustments half-time, no adjustments throughout the seasons and off-season, no adjustment through the breaks. Like, this cannot continue like this. He needs to go. He's out of his depth right now. Genuinely, he's gonna ruin this team to extent when the new manager comes in, he's gonna get the Emery treatment. Let's be real, because Arsenal fans are fickle like that. They gonna give him the Emery treatment. They will want another Wenger, another Arteta, and stuff like that. But by the time then, Saka will leave, Saliba will leave, Gabriel will leave, maybe someone else will leave, and we will have to start everything all over again. We should be striking while the iron is hot. Sack Arteta, get proper manager in and get us over the line. Because these are the games, situations, seasons where we should have an experienced manager who has the winning mentality, who knows how to install it into the players, and drag us by our scruff of their necks, basically over the line. Because most of our players don't know how to do it. Pretty much no one knows how to do it in our team. But no, we have Arteta, best manager we have ever seen. Nobody's better than him. Super duper Mick and North London forever and all that song. Just Odegaard says it gives him chills. No, it doesn't. Shut the hell up. It's just PR, and that's about it. Because we are a family. Football friends. If you have watched In-Betweeners, you probably will get the reference. Timber was progressing at right back, and exactly, instantly, as soon as any player gets some momentum in certain position, he yanks him off, he doesn't start him the next game, or he switches his position. Same happens with Trossard. How Trossard can build up any momentum and any fitness if he starts every odd game and he has no idea in which position he's gonna start. Will it be number 9? Will it be number 8? Will it be left wing? Will it be number 10? And basically, it's a coin toss for every single time he starts. Like, that also cannot do. Let's be real. Odegaard has been quite bang average, if quite awful for the last few games. But that is also solely due to the fact that even Trossard feels like he's Arteta out. The way he's not celebrating goals, the body language at times and everything. He misses penalties, that could happen. But when he scores goals, he's not celebrating. He's just, yeah, okay, I scored, let's move on. Like, there is something to it. I think some players also are slowly but steadily getting sick of Arteta's tactics and his vision and phases, because they see all over the Premier League phase 1 managers slot. Maresca, to some extent Brighton manager, 31 years old, just got promoted with Sampaoli from Bundesliga 2 into Bundesliga 1. He went to Brighton. Look what he's doing at Brighton at the moment. Look at it. And make your own conclusions. Saka is not being a star boy. He's a star boy when Arsenal is playing good football, when we are slapping 5-6 goals a game. But when it matters the most, when it matters the most for Arsenal, for the season, for the club, he's gone missing. Because it's not hard to basically nullify Arsenal. As long as you basically crowd the right side and shut down Odegaard and Saka, we pretty much are non-existent. It's the same thing as you can attack. Basically, you nullify our right side on the attack and most of the time target our left side on defense. Two of the weak spots of Arsenal. One is going forward, one is coming back. And that is it. It doesn't take too much brain to actually figure that out. Dude, he has no brains. He dribbles still with looking at his feet. Head into the ground and speedboat without a driver. That's what he is. He basically drops the ball past defender and hopes to out-sprint him before the ball leaves the goal line and he can make a cross at best. And it feels like he has lost a yard of pace as well. He's not that quick anymore. He has no confidence, no energy at times. It's raw. It's genuinely raw at him. Calafiori. Yeah, Calafiori as well. He had a massive knee issue when he was a bit younger. And he hasn't been fit. And I can already tell you that much, that if he plays for Arsenal, if we want to have him as a main left back, it's not going to work long term. Because every time he will come up against small, agile, quick and powerful wingers, he will get done over. He got done by Savio, he would get done over by Adama Traore and anyone else. He actually has played more games as a left-sided center back, in 4 at the back and 3 at the back, than he has left back in his career, if you look at his stats. Doesn't that say something? Yet Arteta still persists, playing him as a left back. What's wrong with passing on the wing, cut inside, pass in the box, whip the cross? Exactly! And not just that. First time crosses, how about that? Because that's how we scored the first goal against Sporting Lisbon. Timber was overlapping Saka, Saka gave it to Timber, Timber first time without hesitation. Cross, and Martinelli makes it 1-0. Keep the defenders guessing. Keep them on their toes. Don't give them chance to get in positions. Because we usually give the ball, take 5 touches, all the defensive line sets up, the midfield drops a bit deeper so there are no gaps to run into, and when we cross it just gets cleared. And that's about it. That's how Arsenal roll. Aldiar can't even whip a shot from outside the box. He doesn't shoot. He has 1 foot, first of all, so he's not going to shoot with his right. And he's very reluctant to shoot. He holds on to the ball way too much. He takes like 5-6 touches instead of 2, unnecessary, by the way, touches. He has open gaps to pass the ball, sometimes to Havertz, sometimes to Martinelli or Trossard, who's making runs in behind, and he just ignores them. He rather passes it back to Saliba, and then Saliba passes it to Partey, and Partey passes it to Saka. He instinctively just holds to the right side. It's like Arsenal, when they attack, feels like half the time just ignore the left side. Arteta has told them, forget we have Martinelli or Trossard, forget we have that left side. Just focus on yourselves on the right. There's Saka, there's Timber, there's Partey, there's Saliba, and there's everyone. Just focus on yourselves. You probably are the best chance of anything. That's how it feels during the games. And I've never seen a team so magnetized just for one side to attack. One side, that's it. They don't look on any other place to attack. Genuinely, they just look on the right side. No switch the play, no big diagonals most of the time, no nothing. And a guy, by the way, we're talking about Rice as well, by the way. 105 million for the guy to play as an 8. You basically are asking a guy who plays number 6 most of his career at West Ham, or a centre back given the situation, or centre back as he was in Chelsea Academy, to play a role which basically he is not fit for. You wouldn't ask Steven Gerrard to play as a number 6. You wouldn't ask Frank Lampard to play as a number 6. Why would you? Like seriously, why would you ask them to play as a number 6? It's the same situation. You shouldn't ask Declan Rice to play as a number 8 when he's a number 6. Let's be real. You just shouldn't. Bro can't recuperate and start going to 3 back and change the attack, even change how he cannot. He should. he should try and throw a curveball into the mix, because at the moment it's very predictable. But he just doesn't have the balls to do it. Just set pieces, hope for defense, and that's it. Defense still gets cooked, exactly. Best defense in the league last year. Best defense in the league last year. 2 months pass, and we get cooked every single game. We concede chances we didn't concede last season. This season already, in these few games, it feels like we have conceded more chances than the whole season alone last year. Like, how does that even work out? What are they doing in training? What are the tactics? What is happening? Saliba and Gabriel, but only 2 people who actually do proper defensive work. Timber as well. As a right back, Timber as a right back, fantastic. Why he makes him play left back when you have left backs beats me. Genuinely beats the hell out of me. Odegaard not cutting, finding space, creating chance outs. No, exactly. Odegaard as well. I've never seen a captain of a team getting subbed off so consistently as Martin Odegaard. Like, what is that about? Whenever Patrick Vieira was getting subbed every single game off, Tony Adams, anyone, when? Did Arsene Wenger ask Patrick Vieira to play as a right back anytime? What else is there? Who else plays like this? Okay, did Wenger ever ask Thierry Henry to play as a number 8 at any given point? Like, what are we doing seriously here? Just nothing. Odegaard cut inside, take a shot outside the box, and you... That's the thing. When Odegaard has a chance to take outside the shot of the box, he rarely does it. And mostly when he does it, it mounts to a dangerous situation. He has scored quite a few of those, let's be real. Or the goalkeeper has parried the ball, forced the save. But most of the time, he just fakes a shot, cuts back, and passes it to the wing or back to number 6 or the inverted left back or right back we have. That's about it. Saka is star boy when playing big teams, but missing kid when playing mid-table subs. Bro is nowhere on the pitch. It's like he ain't even playing. And let's be real, he's also missing during big games half the time. Where was he last year against Porto? Both games. Against Bayern Munich. Okay, he scored 1 goal in the first half, but overall, where was he against Bayern Munich? Where was he against Aston Villa when we needed a win to win the league? Technically, because we lost the league even before that in the first half of the season. Where is he in these games when we need him the most? When our ass is on fire? Where is he? Oh right, he's missing, as always. But overall, disclaimer, the way Saka played yesterday, he deserves his props. Saka, Saliba, Rice. 3 players who deserve some flowers for yesterday's performance. Rest of them, get in the bin. If Chelsea are above us at Christmas, sack him. That's the thing. And this is the thing, Nathan. I would. Right now, I don't care, I would if I had the chance. The issue is, they just gave him 15 million a year contract, making him the 2nd best manager in the world football behind Pep Guardiola. Which means they would have to pay about 30 to 40 million in losses just to pay out his contract. Will Kroenke do that? No chance in hell. And we also should somehow start to mentally prepare ourselves to the fact that he's not leaving at the end of the season no matter what. Because Kroenke never will pull the trigger. Yet at the same time, if Arteta wins nothing this season, finishes in 4th behind Chelsea, behind Liverpool, any of these situations, Arteta should be a man enough of himself to hand in resignation. Do what Ruben Amorim did when he just signed for Sporting Lisbon. He said, if in 2 years I don't win anything at such a big club as Sporting Lisbon, I will resign myself. Why does Mikel Arteta doesn't take such accountability on himself? He has been 5 years here, 700 million yearly spent. What has he won? What has he won? What? Does he have a win that can be put in history books? Oh, we have win the dog. That will be a nice picture next to team picture and the invisible cup. The 2nd place trophy 2 years in a row. getting knocked out in third or fourth round in Carabao Cup or FA Cup. That will be the only thing. Bro can't even swap wing. Exactly, that's the thing. I'm telling this all the time. He doesn't even swap wings mid-game. Odegaard doesn't swap wings. He just plays on the right and that's it. It's like he has tunnel vision. As a 10, just tunnel vision. I see Saka, I must see Saka. Saka is my friend, I need Saka. And that's about it. Trossard can't move on, bringing some energy if you know what's going on. And if Martinelli was taught more sense as left wing, he would play. That's the thing. We got sold this thing that Arteta worked one-on-one with Sterling, as I said, with Sané, made them as good as they were for Man City. Where is that work with Martinelli? How comes he's the same place, if not worse, when he was when Arteta just came in? Why he's still in the same place? And to be honest, staying the same place for 5 years with no development for a footballer, that's pretty much a regress. That's not even progress. That's not even staying in the same place. That's regression, because other players are getting better while you sit and stagnate where you are. A 12-year-old could go, dude. If someone was teaching Martinelli to dribble good and cut cross, he could be in good. That's the thing. Martinelli is Brazilian. You would think the Brazilians actually have some skills, some tech to it. But at the moment, Martinelli is the same as Gabriel Jesus. Joga finito. And that's about it. What about some good one touch, crisscross and shoot, and like 3-4-2-1 wouldn't be bad either with the tiki-taka, quick shot and short passing. Even 3-5-2, exactly. We used to play 3-5-2 or 3-4-3, something like that, when we won the FA Cup. So why not do it again? Why not try it again? We have the tools. We have center backs enough. We have wing backs. We don't even need wing backs. We can play Martinelli as a right wing back. He has the energy, just bomb down and down, right, up and down the right wing, right side, overlap Saka, come back, pressure. Because let's be real, Frimpong for Bayer Leverkusen, he's not a phenomenal defender. He has pace, he's good in the attack, he has decent dribbling, he can cross, he can shoot, and he's a mediocre defender. Something like Martinelli. Let's be real, there's not that big of a difference. A team that employs Robert Sanchez and Mudryk are above us. Exactly. And all those men have prison sentence, 8-year contracts pretty much. Though that team took Omari Hutchinson for free from us, and a year later sold him for 22 million. 22 million. Hutchinson didn't even kick a goddamn ball for Chelsea. And they sold him to Ipswich. Was it Ipswich? No, it wasn't Ipswich. That last year, what was the bloody team? Yeah, it is Ipswich. It is Ipswich, right. He's playing like the kid who got benched at Real, dude. Do you think it's a surprise that Carlo Ancelotti was willing to let Odegaard go? And he kept Dani freaking Ceballos, who was on loan at Arsenal and deemed not good enough, who since then has won about 15 trophies. He kept Isco, who they sold afterwards, obviously. They have now Arda Güler. They have Brahim Diaz. Like, come on. Saliba, the only consistent player. Yeah, Saliba, Raya. And you could argue Partey, because you cannot even judge Partey. Because he's not a right back. Arteta forces him to play there. You cannot judge him for his right back performances because he is not a freaking right back even. That's like that's like putting David Raya at striker and then Top Gunners complaining that he doesn't score a goal. Same thing. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. Exactly. He should be man enough to see that this is not working. He cannot get the job done. His time is done. He has done everything he could. We actually are still in a good position for a proper manager to have come in, have a proper backing, 200, 300 million over 2 years even, with sales that will be about 400-500 to get the proper players in and get it over the line. We are still in that position. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep Mikel Arteta, waste the years, waste the money, when at the end of the time, when he's gonna leave, most of the players will get sick of this and they will leave as well. Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, most of them. Bro was coaching under Pep and didn't learn shit. Pep was winning trophies. Exactly, Arteta was putting cones out. Dude, it's no wonder we call him Cone Man. And to be honest, Pep is Arteta isn't anyone who has been taught under Pep. I think there's... Wait, look at this. Managers who have studied under Pep Guardiola. Luis Enrique, Xabi Alonso, even Erik ten Hag has studied under Pep Guardiola. 8 managers who have studied under Pep Guardiola. Look at this. Look at these names. Luis Enrique, Xabi Alonso, Arteta, Ten Hag, Xavi, Company, Maresca, by the way, and Thierry Henry. We don't talk about Thierry Henry because, let's be real, he's just not a coach, a proper one. But Maresca, what's he doing at Chelsea now in phase 1? What did he do with the team in Championship? Forgot the name at the time. Ipswich, I think it was as well, by the way. Vincent Kompany didn't do great at Burnley, but he's doing pretty decently at Bayern Munich. We'll see how that goes. Xavi, that's a bit different story, obviously, because, well, he was, to be honest, he was the player at the time. But as well, to be honest, let's be real, Xavi has won La Liga. Ten Hag came to Manchester United, 2 years, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Yes, Premier League was shambles, but still, 2 cups in 2 years. Mikel Arteta has 1 in 5. Xabi Alonso, well, let's not talk about him. He went last year invincible with Bayer Leverkusen. Only game they lost pretty much was the finals in Europa League against Atalanta, where Lookman scored a hat-trick. And Luis Enrique, that name pretty much carries itself up there. Let's be honest with ourselves, genuinely. Like, the list is long, but the list is also very strong. Just to know that every single manager, besides Mikel Arteta, is a proper manager, more or less. What described no development from forwards, saying exactly. No attacking development. Emery actually knows how to get tune out of the attackers. Hence why Aubameyang, Golden Boot winning. Lacazette was balling. He was coaching Martinelli to be a striker. He gets sacked. Everything's gone. Aubameyang is forced to play left wing back. Lacazette plays number 6 half the time. And we have no attack again. Arteta actually has never coached a striker. Because it didn't even happen at Man City under Pep. Because Pep at the time was playing Mahrez as a number 9, KDB was a number 9, Grealish was a number 9, Sterling was floating in or there at times. They didn't even have a Haaland then. They had Aguero, they had Jesus. Jesus is more of a winger. They didn't even have a proper striker then. As soon as Arteta leaves, he sells us, Pep, right? Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus for 70 million. 17.45 to 80 million. Which pretty much we funded Man City signing Erling Haaland. And we all saw what happened last year with Erling Haaland at Man City, didn't we? Bro's from Spain and can't coach shit. It's just the process. Can't take his team past the ball, score. Exactly. He should be knowing how to play football, but actually he knows. It feels like genuinely nothing. Anyways, we talked about this. Let's look at some other things I have prepared for this. This one, I'm gonna pause this. Mikel Arteta said yesterday, I haven't seen a team do what we've done here today against them. Reduce them to 2-3 touches in the box and everything. You know what? What a load of crap. I haven't seen a team do what we've done here today against them. Yes, second game in a row, no goals from open play. We rely on set pieces. One lucky goal, which Havertz, by the way, should have scored that header. Havertz should have scored that header from where Saliba scored from. He whiffed that header. We just got lucky that Saliba was there to tap it in. And by the way, I'm still not convinced that Saliba was onside. Because that replay and the angles I have seen also today still gives me 50-50 vibes that it was offside. Like, it depends just in which frame you pause it. Because you don't know when the feet actually touches the ball properly. Because there's about 4 frames and you can pick and choose which one it is. And at any given time, Saliba could be onside or offside. Havertz totally screwed up that header. He should have scored from there. And God forbid if Saliba wasn't there, because then it would be cleared by Robinson. Just saying, genuinely just saying. Waffle, what happens when you believe in your own hype? Exactly. Look at this. Look at this. This is one that... Look at this. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. If you know, if you know, you know. The memes from old days, if you are an old one. Arsenal set piece dependence. Premier League season 17-18 to 24-25. So 8 years. 8 years, basically, nearly 7 years. Top 20 teams on the NPXG set piece percentage. Do you see who's in second place? Again, second, by the way. Not even first, but second. Do you see this? And look at the teams that surround us. Cardiff, West Brom, Burnley, Everton, Brighton from 4 years ago, by the way. 5 years ago, Brighton. Not even this Brighton. Everton last year. Brentford from 3 years ago. Burnley, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Everton, Brentford, Aston Villa this year, which is interesting. Crystal Palace from 2 years ago. Newcastle from 2 years ago. Bournemouth from 4 years ago. Luton Town, which makes sense given the team they are, from last year. And Nottingham Forest from 2 years ago. Look at these teams. The set piece dependence. This is the highest set piece dependence in the last 7 years. Because the last highest one was in 17-18 season. So 7 years have passed and Arsenal are breaking more records. And by the way, I talked about this yesterday on the stream as well. When I mentioned the fact that in my country, a football commentator, one of the GOATs in my country who just retired pretty much, said that for the smaller teams, set pieces are like payday, because that is one of their biggest chances to cause chaos, have a shot on target, maybe score a goal. For the small teams who are underdogs. In all of this graph, every single team has been an underdog at any given time. Has Arsenal been an underdog at any given time this season, last season, season before? How comes we are second from 6 years ago from Cardiff? And then from 7 years ago, West Brom, 5 years ago, Burnley, 6 years ago. This has been the highest dependence on set pieces in the last 7-8 years. And we are in the mix with championship teams, by the way. Championship teams. This is utter embarrassment, to say the least. And now, here is something else. William Saliba said, "Yes, of course I feel at home. I signed for the club 5 years ago, but it's only my 3rd season. I'm enjoying everything. The players, the staff, and the fans. I feel at home, so of course, why not?" That's what he said if he wants to stay at Arsenal long time. However, there was a quote he said a bit later on about him and Gabriel, where he says that I want to win trophies at Arsenal. And I want them to win as soon as possible. If I want to be a world-class center back, I need to win trophies as soon as possible. So this basically also kind of means that if Arsenal don't win trophies, and in this instance Premier League, Champions League, by the way, not some FA or Carabao Cup for this level, in the next year or two, Saliba will hand in his resignation and peace out to Barcelona, Real Madrid, to whoever is gonna take him. That is already written in the stars if Arsenal don't start winning trophies this season or next season. It's just a matter of time to some extent. 100%. Here we go. Arsenal have created an open play expected goal in one of their last 8 Premier League matches. Across the season as a whole, it's 3 of 15. They rank 13th in the Premier League for open play XG. So from open play, Arsenal create nothing, pretty much. They are a mid-table team. And we looked at this yesterday as well. Arsenal had 1.89 XG for the whole game. Then it got split into set pieces to open play. Open play was 0.3 XG, set pieces 1.59 XG. Isn't that telling something? Isn't that telling something? And obviously David Coote has been sacked by PGMOL, and that was the right decision. Anyhow, let's see what you're saying in the chat. We should be winning goddamn matches after international break. We are gonna provide exactly. We're gonna give results, and we have no results. Went even in top 2 of Fulham. Brentford had more wins than us, and exactly, we can't score. We genuinely can't score. Spain have the best tactics in football, tiki-taka, Arteta from... That's the thing, most of the Spanish managers, obviously there's Iriola, Lopetegui is at El Sacico at the moment against Wolves and everything, but Arteta, no managerial experience, and you can see this now, because he is out of his depth. No new ideas, no new tactics, no new adjustments. Same old, same old, same old. Same passing patterns, same attacking scenarios, same substitutions as always. And when shit hits the fan, oh no, I need to make some subs, throw someone on, and hope he does as good as he can. On top of that, when you watch sometimes Arteta sub on a player, and how actively he's saying something to that player, by the way, it feels like he's basically, that looks like, well, it's all on you. You go out and save me now. Because if you don't save me, I could be screwed here. Because when your camera sometimes cuts to Mikel Arteta, when we are losing or drawing or just have conceded, he has this deer in headlights look when he looks confused and has no idea what to do. And that's not just one occurrence on random one. That's actually quite often as well. Oh, press conference. I really wanted to get into press conference, but it's not gonna happen. We can't even 5 damn matches in a row. Exactly. When we rely on set piece do that. Tiki-taka is overrated. A bit, because that time has also passed, because football has evolved past it. That doesn't mean you cannot play tiki-taka with certain adjustments, infusions into the system, because there are teams who play like that. That is the thing. But at the same time, if you cannot adapt, you're done out there. Because sometimes it feels like Arteta is a mechanical watch in a digital time. That's about it. That is the case. That is genuinely the case. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. Okay, we have about 4 or 5 minutes. So we quickly gonna run through his press conference. Coneman musing waffle. Coneman musing. It will be amusing most likely. Coneman music waffle settings. Let's see what he says. On the thoughts on the game. Got it that we didn't win it because I think we deserve to win from the beginning to the end. What game were you watching, huh? Field tilt, as the Top Gunners say, and passing the ball and having possession doesn't mean you deserve to win. We did almost everything that we had to do to win it. Huh? This already is making me want to punch my monitor, not gonna lie. But this is the quality of the opposition with no chance they score a goal. With one chance they score a goal, and then the margins of the league as well. For millimeters we could have been sitting there with 3 points after a really strong and dominant performance against a really good team. How difficult is to break Fulham down. They're really well organized. This is football. We've played them at home last year and the margin was huge for us, but they scored 2 goals from 3 of 4 chances. Yeah, blah blah blah. Couldn't break down Sporting Lisbon 2 years ago. Couldn't break down Porto last year. Can't break down Fulham for 2 years ago. For 2 years. 3 games, 9 points on the table. You have gotten 2. Freaking 2. On what's missing from our general play after another set piece goal, I think it's great to think that we can again score from set piece. I guess that's never gonna stop. We can generate other stuff. We had other chances. One chance. For a team to play like this, you can analyze every. Oh, here we go, another phase. Obviously, against the low block, you generate set piece and you generate crosses because you generate what on if he's seen the late VAR Saka's goal. No, on it being side, but it was offside. Now I imagine that if they give it, it is offside. I cannot say dumb stuff anymore. By the way, can get banned. I'm not feeling hard done by small mind. That's the quality of the opposition. Oh bloody hell! On an opportunity missed without Liverpool playing this week, and we really wanted it. That didn't look like that on the pitch, by the way. We didn't look like we really wanted it. Declan Rice took 6 years to go from the edge of the penalty box to corner flag and to take a corner kick. 6 years. Like Jelly, he walked there. Walked. It took like a minute. And it was about 80th minute. And it was 1-1 still. He had good momentum. It was really crucial moments. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to achieve it. All of today's was painful, yeah, but as well because we want to win, deserving to win against any kind of opposition. When they are able to change something, we are still able, blah, blah, blah. On if Zinchenko, Calafiori and Gabriel will be back for Monaco. Well, could be some good news. I hope, but it's more of a question for the doctors and physios to understand where we are. So all of a sudden, it's a question for doctors and physios. But when we have to play Chelsea, playing Rice with broken toe is fine. Playing Odegaard, who hasn't recovered, is fine. When he goes to Norway and the Norway medical staff say, "Are you dumb? You cannot play," and they send him back to recover. So that and play for half a year nearly. Play injured Ben White to an extent where he needs to get a surgery and is out until at least end of January at the moment. Yeah, but this is for physios now. Yeah. We're missing a lot of players in the back line. The good thing is that whatever we put there, they respond. Yeah. On naming change backline for the 9th time this season. Holy crap, we have 9 different backlines this season. We have played, what, like 22 games or something? Like every other game we have a different backline. God help me. It's not ideal. We know what... We want to have consistency there, how much this is giving us as well, but that's a different season. Oh, blank. On the amount of chances we're creating from open play. It's never enough if you don't score 3, 4 or 5. We want to improve in everything that we absolutely do. If they play 11 or 12 direct balls there, I want to win 11. If it's 12, then I want 12. So basically he had something without saying anything. Okay. On missing Gabriel, yes, but I'm really pleased with the performance of Jakub Kiwior. He has been the sole reason why we conceded against these Fulham guys. And he was also caught ball watching against, Man United. Holy crap. Was it Man United? I think it was Man United. No, it wasn't Man United, it was somebody else. On the players adapting to play different positions, yes, it starts that it will blood. This needs to go. On whether the Fulham's defense at set piece was fair, yeah, for sure. If there's something unfair on the referees to decide. On being a threat from set piece, on whether he feels the energy in the crowd, yes, for sure. On if it's defensive changes led to Fulham's goal, I don't know. I can't promise you that with the different personnel that it wouldn't happen. To be honest, if Gabriel is playing that game, that goal is not being scored. Because he won't be ball watching like Kiwior was. Let's get it straight. Pass on the wings, cut inside the box, take shots, score volleys outside. Try something different. That's about it. That's all we want. What trophies you think you can win with set pieces that you try trophy? We can win something if we... We actually can't win anything this season. I'm scared now even to play Crystal Palace at home. How mad is that? I am scared to play against Crystal Palace at home. I'm a bit nervous already. We can't cook mid-table teams. We can't score normal goals, pass on the wings, and you ain't hard. Saka can't even carry the attack. Like, exactly, we don't have that man who's gonna single-handedly take the game by the scruff of its neck and carry over the line. That is also a big thing. And that shows in these games against Fulham last year, against Fulham this year, against Bournemouth, by the way, and against other things. But yeah, I think on that note, I think we have talked enough about Arteta, him being exposed all the time. We didn't even touch on Wanyeri, by the way. We should have, but we didn't. That I'm gonna save, I guess, for a different stream. Tomorrow, preview for Monaco game. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, for today, that will be it. Big up Nathan, big up Marlon, big up anyone who dropped by, who liked, who subscribed, who did anything, who commented, who's gonna comment afterwards as a comment. But yeah, for today, I am out. So take care, stay safe, have a nice evening, try to enjoy no football, watch El Sakiko between West Ham and Wolves. Watch some football tomorrow because Arsenal play on Wednesday and God knows what we should be expecting then. But for today, I am out. Peace.